Welcome to the early access video of update 50 in Bloons TD6. And before we begin, I want to say a huge thank you to Ninja Kiwi for giving us early access. And guys, I have not tried, we have a brand new hero, we have Silas, and he is the Ice Shaper. Now, I have not tried Silas, but I did watch Ninja Kiwi's trailer and I did kind of read through what he does. So we're going to go through this together. But before we begin, I want to show you guys some very cool stuff. We have new powers. We have powers Pro. Now, Powers Pro are basically improved powers which you can further upgrade. The good thing about these guys is that you can buy them with monkey money and then you upgrade them with in-game cash, and you don't have to pay real money in order to get these things, which I really like. So let me show you guys quickly what these guys do. I mean, this is actually really insane. There's also a new menu, as you guys can notice, but let me show you the upgrades of the first one. We have two new powers. This one is the Banana Farmer Pro. This guy has increased range and collection speed, but if you click this button on the upgrades, look at this thing. This is like a mini tower by itself. So the top path is, look at this thing, tier 1 costs 200 bucks. Banana farmers have more range and collect bananas faster. The second tier, collected the bananas occasionally drop peels to blow back balloons and remove regrowth. So this is, you can actually do strategies with these guys, it's insane. And then the tier 3 is gathers all bananas everywhere, so basically global range for $2,000. Now the mid path, look at this one, cow bananas. This guy can see previously unseen cow bananas, so basically he's gonna be producing bananas that they didn't exist before, I guess. Regrow bananas, banana farmer can target a banana farm to produce regrow bananas occasionally. I've no idea what regrow bananas are. And then all banana farms in radius occasionally produce regrow and cow bananas, so basically increasing the production from each farm. The bottom path is adaptive workers. Additional adaptive banana farmers increase the sell value of all banana farms in radius. That's crazy. The tier 2 is banker, increases bank income in radius and collects the bank when full. And look at this one is actually insane. Increases the debt but automatically invests cash in empty monkey banks. I can already see someone is gonna optimize like this thing to the T. Let's quickly go through the Super Monkey Beacon. So this is basically a beacon which allows you to use the Super Monkey Storm ability on a very long cooldown, but if we hit the upgrades, the top path is the charged beacon for a tier 1, so it can store up to 5 beacon storm ability charges and you can replenish 4 with monkey money. The second tier is Storm Tremors. A moment after activating the beacon storm ability, a second storm is going to trigger half power, and then this is the coolest one. A third storm activates after the second, but the secondary and tertiary storm are actually stronger rather than weaker. Now look at the mid path. Beacon storm ability cooldown is much faster but does less damage. This thing improves the cooldown even further. And then I don't even know what this thing is. Beacon of Legends. It gains a permanent turret. It's actually gonna attack. This is like a new tower, and also it's gonna grant you free super monkeys every several rounds. The bottom path makes it do a little bit more damage for the tier 1. For the tier 2, the biggest storm ability stuns surviving mob class blues, and then the last one increases the damage permanently every time it is used, and it goes through balloon layers. Now this is a very expensive one, it's 5k, but there's obviously going to be a limit to this, but come on, this is like super cool. So 100 monkey money for the Banana Farmer Pro, and then 400 for the Super Monkey Beacon. There's obviously this Powers Pro launch pack. This Powers Pro launch pack is instantly going to unlock the Banana Farmer Pro and Super Monkey Storm Pro, and you're going to get 20 of each, which you can use right away. Obviously you guys don't have to do any of these things, but in case you want to support the creator or just support Ninja Kiwi, please use my code EthanReed in the Bloons store. Now this is the brand new map called Lost Crevice. This is an intermediate map and we're gonna try the new hero Silas on it. Now Silas said, oh wait a minute, that's a huge range. Actually I can see kind of two things happening. One is the attack range, and then there's a small kind of a icy type of an Arctic wind range around it. Now that's gonna be slowing balloons by a lot, so let's have him here on this intersection. I did try this map actually, and you have 2 exits. It's kind of weird how these balloons are coming out because some of these guys from the right side are actually going on the left, but some of them are continuing down. So let's go like this with a dark monkey, and then let's take a look at what Silas does. All right, so Silas is level 3. So first off, let's read through what he does. Number 1, attacks with magical ice. Hit balloons are rhymed. Already rhymed balloons are frozen. Rhymed and frozen balloons take extra damage, and balloons are slowed in Silas. Now that's a mouthful. He does a lot of things just like level 1. So I guess this Arctic Wind aura is kind of obvious. And then he performs, I guess, 2 different attacks. The first one kind of marks them with this, I guess, icy type of a, I guess, kind of frozen type of an animation around them, which slows the balloons because you can see the balloons that are getting hit are actually frozen. And then the second time it hits them, it freezes them. So it's kind of mark and then does the freeze, and then mark and then does the freeze. That's kind of simple, I guess. Now let me place another Ice Monkey, because for the level 2, Ice Monkeys in radius create orbiting ice shard projectiles when they attack. Alright, now this is gonna be fun. There's like a little bit of a buff icon happening around this guy, so let me just, if I move the Ice Monkey, yeah, for sure. So the ice has to be in range of Silas, but not in the Arctic Wind range, just in like the normal attack range. So let's have an Ice Monkey like this. And then as soon as this ice is attacking, it should be creating, oh, look at this thing. It's kind of, yeah, these shards are orbiting around the ice tower, and they're gonna be left here on screen for a short amount of time, I guess. Yes, it's like mini Glaive Lord in a way, but for ice towers, as long as you're running Silas in a way. That's really cool, especially if you give these guys a lot of attack speed, right? Let's go like this, 0-1-1. Yeah, look at this thing go. This is so cool, actually. Let's check out the level 3 ability. Let's see what this thing does. It's called Frostbite, so Silas can hit all balloons while active, because I guess he has this ice attack, so he shouldn't be able to deal with white balloons, but once you click it, he is going to be able to do it. And then when hitting frozen balloons, the target takes extra damage based on the remaining freeze time. Alright, that is an interesting concept, and just given that this is supposed to be a support hero, this guy is just straight up increasing the damage that balloons take. I actually want to test that. So some of these balloons, as you guys see, are getting marked by Silas, and I just want to see how this extra damage works. And we just got level 4 and he's creating walls. Alright, that's ridiculous. So there is a green balloon actually down here. Yeah, this green balloon is not exactly taking extra damage. I mean, maybe only from ice projectiles. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out what that thing does, but let's read up level 4. Ice walls form on the track near Silas. Ice walls push back and freeze balloons, and Moabs are frozen for less time. Wait, it can freeze more class balloons in level 4? What is even happening with this guy? Oh my god, let's just see some of these balloons interact with the wall. So they're incoming, and I guess it's kind of a, yes. Oh my god, it's actually stopping them. What? It creates a barrier on the track and these guys actually cannot move. That is so cool. And I mean, what are the possibilities with this thing? What can we even do? I guess the spawnage of these walls is kind of random. Oh my god, he actually blocks their way. They cannot escape. That is so cool. Okay, let's place a nice tower here on the right side. I'm actually gonna sell this tower monkey and I'm gonna replace it with an ice so that we can improve our defense. It's a little bit cool like this. I think this guy's gonna become something like a zero. Let's use the cryo cannon and the icicles to some of them. I'm actually liking Silas's attack now that I look at this thing, because this seems to have a global bounce. It seems to be seeking out balloons by itself. So yeah, he is definitely gonna have a lot of range. Alright, I know that I haven't used the level 3 ability yet, but it basically allows this guy to pop white balloons, and we still have not seen any white balloons, and it also makes them take a little bit more damage. It's something I noticed. This bonus damage that Silas gives only applies to ice monkeys as far as I can tell, so maybe we're gonna be able to catch it like somewhere on the side. Yeah, there we go. We get some white balloons, so let's slow everything down. Let's use the level 3 ability, and I mean, that's kind of an interesting animation for sure. Reminds me of Fedora a little bit. Do the ice towers also get the ability to pop white balloons? I'm not exactly sure. But this ability is on a super short cooldown. That's what I'm noticing. Okay, so do we have innate camo? I don't think we do. I'm just gonna dump the... Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, he kind of does, right? I mean, the projectile did bounce to it. I guess he does in a way. All right, that's really cool. Okay, so what else can we do? Let's get the icicles, I guess, on this guy, because our defense on the right side is kind of weak. We cannot pop frozen balloons, but frozen balloons are being blocked by the wall. So in case you need to react, I mean, you can buy something. Let's do this then. Let's buy an ice tower. Oh, wait a minute. Is this a bug? Isn't the ice supposed to be able to pop purple balloons? Yeah, even the shards that the ice is spawning are not popping the purples, but we are keeping them in place for a very long time, so that's really good. Alright, take a look at level 6. This one is a really cool one. Silas can attack balloons in the range of ice monkeys anywhere. That's ridiculous. He becomes an Intel sub, and does he pop lead? He does pop lead balloons as well. That is so cool. So I guess innate camo plus the ability to pop lead balloons. I mean, not too bad, guys. Let's use the level 3 ability, by the way. Some zebras incoming, and we should probably have an ice tower here up top, right? Yeah, let's improve Silas's range. Go for something like this. I guess this guy's gonna be a spotter. That's a weird spotter to have an ice monkey as a spotter. Oh, and look what happens. This is Silas's projectile sometimes. Look at this thing. It creates kind of a ball around this ice monkey. Alright, so we got level 7, and this is the Frozen Cascade ability. So yet another ability creates a shattering blast of ice around Silas, then other ice monkeys spreading out from... Okay, this can be worded a little better. You know what? I don't even know what it does. Frozen balloons take extra damage from ability. Okay, let's just use it and see what it does. So some sort of a shattering blast of ice around Silas. I'm guessing the blast is gonna appear around other ice monkeys as well, so let's just use it, and then yes, it's exactly what we thought. It basically creates these icy explosions around every single ice monkey that you have on screen. Alright, so the Moab is incoming. Let's see how we do versus them. Oh, we're not gonna do anything versus the Moab because it's on the other side, but is it moving a little bit faster? Or am I tripping? I don't think it is. Okay, let's see how the ice walls do actually versus the Moab. Is it? Yes, it bumped into... Oh, it created another one. Okay, let's see the explosions. Oh my god, that is just a free Moab pop. Alright, level 8 doesn't seem to be too eventful, but it's an interesting one. Buffs the ranges of all ice monkeys and grants more hero XP for each tier 3 ice monkey. I also wanted to test something actually, and I wanted to try and abuse this level 7 ability in a way, because every single ice releases shards. These shards seem to be pretty powerful. So what if we just spam the map with ice towers like this? Is every single one of them gonna release shards? Alright, then round 49 incoming, so let's try and use the ability right now. So the question is every single ice gonna be releasing shards? Let's do it. Boom, 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 boom. It's not all of them. It stopped about here. Okay, so how many ice towers do we have? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I guess. And then if this guy procced, yeah, it's probably like 10 if I had to guess the limit. All these mobs are going here, it seems like. Maybe. Let's use the level 7 ability. Boom, just exploded our Moab. And let's see if we got on our level. We did. That's level 9. Okay, so frozen balloons damage during frostbite take more damage. And frostbite, keep in mind, is the level 3 ability. So let's use the level 3 ability, and I guess does this work on Moab class balloons? I have no idea, but I'm just seeing this Moab bumping into ice walls, and this is just looks so funny. Alright, so income a lot of zebras and Moab class balloons. So I'm gonna trigger the level 7 ability. I guess we want to get a little bit more ice towers just so we get the benefit of the level 7 ability, even though if they're like base towers, it's still probably gonna do some damage. So I'm just gonna place a couple of them throughout the map, maybe one like this as well. Now let's see what the level 10 ability does. The Frozen Burial ability, which immediately freezes and damages all balloons, dealing far more damage to already frozen balloons. Then fills the track with ice walls. Alright. Yeah, it's gonna fill the entire track with ice walls. That's ridiculous. So 63, this is the perfect round to try this on, even though the ceramics are, I guess, frozen up top. So let's use it. Let's go like this. This reminds me a little bit of the Absolute Zero, and look at what's happening. Ice walls around the track. This is the perfect stalling ability, isn't it? Let's see how long these guys last. Although some balloons are gonna make it through. It's not too long, but yeah, this is just basically a stalling ability, it seems like. Wait, there's a combo happening actually. It says it does far more damage to already frozen balloons. So what if we do this? What if I buy something like, actually we can have it up top. What if we buy the Absolute Zero, and then we can use the Absolute Zero and then dump the ice walls? How much of a difference is this going to make? Oh my god, this is so funny with these ice walls. Like, whatever you have on the screen is just not going anywhere. Such a good and such a fun level 10 ability. I love the creativity behind this one. And by the way, level 11, slowing aura around Silas slows balloons more and can slow Moab class balloons. Yep, we're turning into an Absolute Zero with this guy. He's actually, when you think about it, a little bit of a combination of all paths, isn't he? Because he attacks like the bottom cross path, he has this Absolute Zero, I guess, aura type of property as well, and then he amplifies the damage like the top path ice does. This is like a mega ice tower in a way. And by the way, just take a look at how much he slows these Moab class balloons. This is just ridiculous at this point. Let's use the level 7 ability to see how much damage we can do to the BFBs. Not too much. It seems to be falling off a little bit, or maybe the BFBs are a little bit beefier for it. I have to say I'm not exactly sure in what to expect from the damage from this guy, because he has about 38k pops, and this ice monkey on the right side has about 38k pops, but keep in mind the majority of the balloons are walking onto the left side. So yeah, in terms of damage, I mean, he's definitely falling off a little bit for sure. Let's buy level 12. Ice walls can hit more balloons and last for longer. Rhyme the frozen balloons take more damage from the main attack. Okay, so now he's hitting a little bit of a, I guess, a damage spike, but again, the majority of the buffs are focused on his stunning and slowing abilities and not anything else. And look at level 13. Oh my god, what is this thing? Ice monkey tier 5s are cheaper, and you can build a 4th tier 5 of any path. White balloons lose all resistance to cold attacks. Alright, so this is like Striker Jones but for white balloons in a way. Also, a 4th tier 5? Like, is this the crossbow master thingy? You can build whatever you want from the tier 5 ice towers. Alright, so around 75, I sold the Absolute Zero up top because I want to rebuy these tier 5s because now apparently they're becoming a little bit cheaper. So let's see how much cheaper. I'm gonna buy an ice like this. So this is gonna be the super bill with the original price, actually 30.2. Does he have to be in the range of Silas? This guy is, so let's just try it like, oh yes, look at this thing, 22. Oh my god, what? Wait, that's like a, what, like a 25% reduction in price? That's a huge reduction, especially because it allows you to buy like a 4th tier 5 of any of your choice. Let me just check the price of the Absolute Zero. This is gonna be 13k. And then let's check the price on the bottom path, which is going to be 24, and the original price is 32. Okay, so can we buy 2 Icicle Impales now? I would really love to do that because I'm not sure if you're gonna need 2 Super Villas, 2 Absolute Zeros, the Absolute Zero bill and a short cooldown anyway. So I think Icicle Impale is gonna be the main choice in doubling it. So let's buy Icicle Impale number 1 on the left side, and then this guy on the right side, yes, you can buy it again. This one is going to be a little bit more expensive because it's not in range, but boom, there it is. Yup, we actually get 2 Icicle Impales. How cool is that? Double tier 5s. Wait, so if you're playing co-op with like 4 players and you guys can each double it, that's like 8 Icicle Impales. Like, nothing is getting through, guys. That's gonna be such a fun combo. But in the meantime, we got level 14. So ice monkeys create more orbiting shards when they attack. Oh yeah, and you can actually notice it on this guy here on the left side. Well, I guess this guy doesn't spawn it because in order for them to create shards, they need to be in range of Silas, and that's a very important thing to note. So there are some benefits from ice monkeys away from him, but you want to have your setup basically concentrated in the radius of Silas so that they can get all these benefits. Okay, now I have a very important question. Can you have a Silas on water like you can have the other ice monkeys? And I think the answer is going to be yes. Oh my god, it is. You can have him on water. That is so cool. I mean, they thought of everything. This is such a cool hero. I'm enjoying every second of playing this hero, actually. Let's have him like this then in the middle of the range. It's huge for some reason. Let's move the second Icicle Impale like this. Then I wanted to try something fun. Let's buy the Absolute Zero like this for like 13k, by the way. There's a cool interaction where the Absolute Zero, when you use the ability, it gives a 50% attack speed buff to all other ice monkeys. So this is obviously a combo that's gonna go really hard, right? But does Silas get the 50% extra attack speed? I would assume the answer is no. Yeah, it's not, because he's a hero, right? It only affects ice monkeys. Yeah, there we go. So you guys can see here up top of the Icicle Impale, it actually does get the Absolute Zero buff, although it's kind of short. And once you have a setup like this, is anything going anywhere? Like, I've gotten so much new info in like this past hour of recording that I'm not even sure what is even slowing these balloons now in the first place. All I know is that these guys ain't going anywhere. Let's read on level 16. Main attack does more area damage to rhymed and frozen balloons, and orbiting ice shards do more damage to frozen balloons. So yeah, because all these guys are around Silas, they're gonna be spawning these ice shards. So that's nice, a little bit of a damage boost. I wouldn't mind buying simply like an Energizer sub just so we get the cooldowns up and running a little bit faster. The level 10 ability obviously on the longest cooldown, but it's a strong one. I really love these ice walls getting spawned. And I guess the ice walls are going to be useful when you're not running a full ice strategy, right? Because if you're running something like this, like the balloons aren't going anywhere in the first place. So yeah, but let's see how 95 does. I guess we can dump an ability or two. So let me use the ice walls for sure. Let's do a little bit of damage. Are these deities going anywhere? It doesn't seem like it, guys. And it seems like we have so much damage with the extra ice shards that are being created currently that it's not just a stall fiesta that happens when you run Silas. Like, you actually are doing a decent amount of damage, it seems like. Alright, so level 19, ice walls have more pierce and lifespan, and then ice shards pierce more balloons and deal even more damage to frozen balloons. And it's round 98, so I'm just gonna buy level 20. Frozen balloons take even more damage during frostbite, and Silas creates ice walls more often. Monkeys that freeze balloons freeze them yet longer again. This actually improves the freeze time of towers. I did not know it worked like that. And for round 98, I guess we can dump a couple of abilities. Let's dump the call to arms as well. Let's dump the 10 ability. Let's even dump, well, basically let's use everything. Get some explosions going, and oh, that's a mess on screen. I don't even know what's happening, but I know that it's very fun. Alright, so 99 incoming. I'm just dumping all these abilities, and this thing, yeah, this guy is just so fun that, I don't know, let's just see how we do versus the bad balloon. I mean, we're obviously not going to do too much damage. We're stalling balloons, but obviously the bat cannot be stalled, or can it? I don't think it can. I don't think they're gonna allow a hero to do such a thing, to bypass essentially this rule that they have for bad balloons. So obviously this guy is gonna walk. Okay, let's not lose to it then. Let's, oh, wait a minute. Wait, we might not need this thing actually. Wait a minute. Let's freeze. Let's just dump all of these abilities. We're gonna have the level 10 in a second. Is the slow and the stun gonna be enough? Of course it is. Is it? Yes, of course it is. There we go. Yeah, that's a very cool animation for the new insta monkeys that you're getting each time you beat around 100. And actually, before we end it off, let's try and use some of these new powers. Let's see what they do. So let's place, I guess, 3 of each of them, because there are 3 crosspaths go like this. Place some farms as well, so these guys have something to collect. And the first one is banana vacuum. Okay, so they have more range to collect bananas faster. There we go, that's cool. Collect the bananas, occasionally drop peels and blow back balloons. Yes, look at this thing. It's kind of a random thingy, right? He drops these guys on the field, and what do? They blow back and they remove the regrowth. So wait, he's dropping them randomly within his range, so this is not exactly that reliable. And then the Robo Farmer for 1.7k gathers all bananas everywhere, so these guys are basically obsolete. And look at this thing. He gets a vacuum. Miller Crossbat, Camel Bananas. Banana Farmer can previously see unseen camel. Are there actually going to be camel bananas on the field? Wait, let's sell this guy then. Oh, look at this thing. Look at this thing. That bottom is actually, yes, but he cannot see it. But it auto collects for $80. Okay, $80 is a lot because it essentially doubles the production of a single farm, because one base farm does like $8 by itself, right? Regrow bananas. Banana Farmer can target the banana farm to produce regrow bananas occasionally. Alright, let's do that. What are regrow bananas? Can we somehow have an indicator connect? Okay, so you connect it. Let's connect it to the middle one. What is a regrow banana? I'm curious. I'm not seeing any one of these guys yet. I mean, maybe it's just like a mini. Oh, there we go. This is a regrow one. Okay, let's see what it does. Do you click it or something? It's a present, and then it collects it. Yeah, essentially the banana is just doing more banana production. I guess, in a way. And then Banana Intelligence Bureau. All banana farms in radius occasionally produce regrow and camel bananas. So, yeah. This is basically like an AoE effect. And then the targeted farm always produces regrow bananas. Oh my god, look at these guys. They just grow, and oh, that's a lot of regrows. This guy's making a lot of money. This is essentially a cash generation multiplier. Okay, let's sell them and let's see what the last one does. So, adaptive workers, they increase the sell value of all banana farms in radius. This guy sells for 801, and then when we buy it, it is going to be 843. Okay, it's not a lot. It's a 5% increase, but we'll take it. Monkey Banker increases bank income in radius and collects bank money when full. So let's buy it, and let's buy a bank. We can go something like this then. It's gonna automatically collect it when it's full, so you don't have to manually pay attention to it. And then the Banana Financier increases debt but automatically invests cash in empty monkey banks. So let's buy it. Where is this debt increase? I'm not exactly seeing it. Let's buy the IMF loan. I guess maybe this is gonna help. Alright, so the IMF ability is up, so let's use it, and that is minus 10k, so I'm not seeing any debt increase like this. Alright, I'm not exactly understanding this increased debt part, but we're gonna have to test this thing a little bit more, I guess. Alright, so I'm gonna sell the farms now, and let's check out the beacons. So basically, you get beacon abilities. We have 3, so let me just click on one of them, and it deploys the Super Monkey Storm, essentially. Let's use it again. Yeah, basically wipes the screen. We get 3 because we have 3 of these guys, so each one comes with 1. So let's go for the charged beacon. Can store up to 5 of them, but you're gonna have to buy it for the recharges. Alright, let's buy some of them. Storm Tremors. A moment after activating the beacon storm ability, a second storm triggers at half power, and I'm just gonna buy this one because it's gonna add a third storm, but it's essentially gonna make the secondary and the tertiary ones a lot stronger, so I'm just gonna buy it. And now let's use it. Let's click the button. So that's gonna be storm number 1. There should be a second one, and now 1 more, and apparently each one is stronger than the previous one. That's really cool. Let's see the second one. Mini Storm Caller. The ability is basically it's on a much shorter cooldown, but it does less damage, which is what the tiers 1 and 2 do. So let's dump it and see exactly how faster this cooldown is. Yeah, look at this thing. In comparison to the other one, this one is flying through. Alright, that's very good. Then the last one, Beacon of Legends, gains a permanent turret that attacks like a base super monkey. Let's buy it. Oh my god, look at this guy go. He's actually attacking like a super monkey. That is so fun. There's so much potential to this tower. It's actually insane. Like, Super Monkey Beacon 2 Mega Pops. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that thing happens. Let's check out the last one. High Impact. Beacon Storm ability does more damage. Alright. Beacon Storm ability stuns surviving webs for a short time. We're kind of far from Warp Club stuns because it's round 27. And then Piercing Wind. Oh, wait a minute. Let's just dump the ability. Yeah, I saw some balloons making it through. Storm damage soaks through blown layers, and beacon damage increases permanently every time it is used. This sounds like a fun one. You might want to get the charges up by upgrading this one, and then if it works for, I guess if it works on the other ones, then you can just get the cooldown one. It's going to be super strong, but I'm sure that they thought of that in some way. And I guess with that being said, that's going to be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching this early access video. Thanks to Ninja Kiwi for giving us early access, and I cannot wait to try all of these guys out and the fun stuff that we're going to come up with in update 50. So thanks for watching, and I'm going to see you guys very soon.